Woo! Yeah, baby! I'm fired up! I'm excited! Woo! 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 I'm back! I'm back! I'm back! Hey people, what's up? I'm back. Today we're going to talk about the black sheep of the family. That'd be the trapezoid. So we're going to just kind of focus on that today. A trapezoid. Okay, the trapezoid. Are you ready? Hope you don't get trapped by the trapezoid. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right. So this is going to be real quick. Okay, real quick today. This is not going to be super long. All right. The reason we're talking about it is because on the work you're going to be doing today, there are a couple of, as you can see, there's some triangles, but there's also some trapezoids on here. So I want to focus on those and give you at least give you a good fair shot at how these work. Okay. So if we go through all the things, you know, squares, side times side, rectangles, length times width, the parallelograms, base times height, the triangles, base times height divided by 2. Okay, so they all kind of join in together. So square is side times side, rectangle is length times width, parallelogram is base times height, and then of course off of that you got triangle, and it's base times height divided by 2. So you can kind of see they kind of all work. Maybe you can see, maybe you can't see. You can kind of see where they all kind of work together. Side times side, then length times width. Parallelogram similar to that, it's base times height, and of course the triangle is half of a rectangle, or it's half a parallelogram, so it's base times height divided by 2. Okay, so all these kind of go together in a family. All right, so the black sheep of the family. All right, the one that's the weirdo, the one that you go to, and you know, when you go to the family reunion, he's kind of strangeoid, the one that's just a little bit different. Maybe you're the trapezoid in your family. Who knows? I might be the trapezoid in my family. Who knows? All right, but it's a little bit different. Okay, so it does have some of these parts in here that make it part of the family, but it is just a hair different. Okay, so you got base 1 and base 2. Okay. Times height divided by 2. So this has got two bases. Okay, so base 1 plus base 2, and then you're going to multiply that by the height. Okay, and then you're going to take and divide that by 2. So you can see it's a similar to that, but you know, we've got to take it up with just a notch here. Okay, so when you look at these pictures, okay, you can see, of course, you know, we're going to do some. I'm not going to do these exact ones, but you know, some similar to that where you've got some different numbers in there. So let's just try a couple of these out. I'm not going to throw the ones on you that got decimals on them to start with. So let's start out with the easy one and see what we can do here. So let's do one that kind of looks like this. All right. Let's draw this little trapezoid here like so. Now trapezoids are trapezoids because they only have one set of parallel sides. Okay, so trapezoids have one pair of parallel sides. That's it. You know, most of this other stuff has two sets of parallel sides, or you know, all four sides are the same, whatever it might be. But here, okay, in this trapezoid, this side is parallel to this side, and that's it. Okay. Those two right there, if you kept them going, they would intersect eventually. So it's only got one set of parallel sides. So let's say we know that this is 6 inches. Let's say this is 10 inches. And then we've got this over here. Of course, we saw this with triangles when we looked at them before. You got the little square part right there, that little right angle. And let's say that this is 8 inches. Okay? So if we use our formula that we've got up here, we've got to do base 1 plus base 2 times the height, and then divide it by 2. Okay, base 1 times base 2 times the height, then divide it by 2. All right, so base 1, you can say this is base 1 or this is base 1, either one. I'm just going to kind of do it like this. I'm going to say this is B1. I'm going to say the smaller one's base 1, the bigger one's base 2. This riding up and down through here, of course, is the height. It's telling you how tall it is, so that's just the H. So I'm just going to take it and put it in here. So I got B1 plus B2 times the height divided by 2. And that's going to give me the area of the parallelogram. So B1 plus B2, so that's 6 plus 10 times the height, which is 8. So 6 plus 10,
of course, is 16. 16 times 8 And we're going to divide it by 2. If you don't know what 16 times 8 is, let's do that real fast without using the calculator. 6 times 8 is 48, and you'd carry the 4. 8 times 1, of course, is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12, so that's 128 divided by 2. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So that would be 64 inches squared. Okay? Base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. Alright? Everybody good with that? I hope you are. Okay, let's try another one. Yeah. Alright, let's do one that looks like this. Kind of looks like a bowl. Maybe you got salad bowls that look like this at your house. I got some plastic bowls at my house that look like that. When I mix up my stuff from my cakes and brownies and waffle mix and whatnot, they kind of look like that, big old plastic bowls. So let's say down here that this is, let's say 24 inches. Over here, let's say this is 36 inches. Then of course we'd have our little line dropping down through here that's going to give us our height. Okay, and let's say that that is 16 inches. Now if they give you this number over here like they like to do sometimes, this number, let's just say they say it's 30 inches, and this one over here is 30 inches. Okay, unless they ask you for the perimeter, okay, you don't need either one of those numbers. Okay, but if they were asking you for the perimeter, of course you'd add up these 4 numbers right here and add up all 4 sides. But if it's just asking you for the area, okay, you don't need that joker or that joker. They're just distractors. So you know you don't need that or that. You need base 1, base 2, and the height. Okay, so we got base 1, base 2, and the height, of course, is here. Alright, so again, the formula is base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. Okay, so if we do base 1, that's 36, and base 2 is 24. I'm going to add those up. So 36 plus 24, base 1 plus base 2. The height is 16. I'm going to multiply that by 16 in just a second. And then we're going to divide all that by 2. Okay, well, I know 36 plus 24 would be 60. And now I need to do 60 times 16. And then I'll divide that by 2. Alright, so let's see what 60 times 16 is. 600 plus something, let's see. So I'd say 960 if I was guessing before I put it in here. Let's see if I'm right. So 60 times 16. 60 times 16. Hey, that is 960. Hey, that's pretty good, right? 960 divided by 2 is 480. Okay. So that's 960 divided by 2 is 480. That would be inches squared if you had to put the inches squared part on the end of it. Alright, again, if they give you these, unless it's asking you for the perimeter, you do not need them. You just need the bases and the height. Again, you can probably see that little right angle thing on there like that. Okay, so base 1 plus base 2, the height. Alright, well, let's see. Let's do, what we got? Yeah, we can keep this under 10 minutes. I told you I was going to do this one faster today. Alright, let's see if I can do this one real fast. So the other version will look something like this. Okay, so some of them only look like that. So let's say we've got a square, you know, we've got a right angle here, we've got a right angle here, because those are both 90 degrees. And then let's say, you know, that this is, let's do decimal this time. Let's say it's 5.3 centimeters, and this one is 11.6 centimeters, and then let's say we know over here that that would be 8.5 centimeters, and this over here, let's make this 10.9 centimeters. Okay, so that's what you got, and you're trying to figure out, okay, they give me all 4 of these numbers, but I only need base 1, base 2, and the height. So if you're trying to look at that and figure out which ones the bases are, again, look where these right angles are located, okay? These right angles are very important because those are the ones that are touching the important parts, okay? So again, since you can see it's touching here and here,
and it's touching here and here. These are your bases. This is your height, unless it's asking for the perimeter. Okay, that number right there, not necessary. So again, we're doing base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So that would be base 1 up here, base 2 down here, height here. Okay, so 5.3 plus 11.6 are my bases. So you're going to again add the bases together, base 1 plus base 2, and you're going to multiply that times the height, which is 8 5/10, and then you'll divide her by 2. So 5.3 plus 11.6 is 16.9, and I'm going to multiply that by 8.5. Now I cannot do that in my head. All right, I'll just go ahead and tell you. I could work it out on paper, but I don't know it by heart in my head. So 16 9/10 times 8.5 is 143.65, and we're going to divide that by 2, which would be 71, and they would probably round that to the nearest tenth if I was guessing. All right, so that'd be 71.8. Let's do it to the hundred. So first of all, to the hundredths place, it'd be 71.83, and then if I round it to the nearest tenths place, if they ask you to do that, that would just be 71.8. So all right, since there's a 5 right there, that would round that to a 3. So to the hundredths place, 71.83 hundredths. To the tenths place, 71.8. All right. Well, that's all I can talk to you about trapezoids today. So hopefully that helps you out. All right. So again, the formula is similar to some of these other ones. All right. But make sure you do base 1 plus base 2. So this is really the only one that's got any addition in it at the moment. So add those together. The base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. All right. So if you got any questions about trapezoids, just send them to me. Until later, peace, baby. Ciao for now.